This program contains techniques and exercises that can cause physical injury. Individuals involved in the production and those demonstrating their skills assume no responsibility for any injury or damage resulting from the execution of techniques and exercises presented herein.
Once again, my name is Chuck Sullivan.
And I'm Vic LaRue.
For those of you with no martial arts background, I want to explain the difference between an art, a style, and a system, so that if somebody asks you what it is that you're studying, you'll be able to tell them. First of all, karate is an art. So is judo, aikido, kendo, jiu-jitsu. They're all arts, and together they comprise the martial arts, along with several others. Now, in karate, there are different styles. The styles are national in their origin. In other words, they're Chinese, Japanese, Korean, and Okinawan. Within each style, there are various systems. And then within each system, there are a variety of schools. Now, rarely will you find two schools teaching even the same system exactly alike. So, starting from the beginning, you're going to be studying the martial art of karate. The style is Chinese. The system is kenpo, K-E-N-P-O. And the school is the Karate Connection. Now I'll give you a little background on ourselves so that you'll know who we are. I began the art in February of 1959 under Grandmaster Edmund K. Parker. Now in 1959, the art, even the word, were so unknown that they had a big sign on top of the school that said judo, so that people could get some sort of an inkling as to what was going on inside. In fact, my first gi, my first uniform, was the heavy padded judo gi because they weren't even importing karate gis at that time. I was promoted to first degree black belt in September of 1962. Now, in 1962, excluding Mr. Parker, there were only 3 black belts in the kenpo system in the United States. I became the 4th. I was ultimately promoted to 7th degree black belt by Mr. Parker in October of 1981. Now, as you can see, my background is 100% kenpo. However, over this last 30-some years, I've had the extreme good fortune to share ideas and concepts with ranking black belts, very, very talented people in many, many different styles and systems, and have integrated many of those ideas into our system. So what the Karate Connection means to you is that for the first time now, you are connected with everyone that we've ever had a contact with or shared an idea with. So welcome. Mr. LaRue?
I first began karate as a kid under Mr. Sullivan. At the time I was studying judo, but as soon as I was introduced to kenpo, I switched immediately. Unlike Mr. Sullivan, I've been directly involved in other styles and systems over the years, but my home base has always been kenpo. I received my first degree black belt in Chinese kenpo in 1969. Ultimately, I was promoted to 5th degree black belt in October 1981 by Grandmaster A. Parker. I'm a certified black belt and charter member of the BKF. I've had formal training in Jeet Kune Do and Eskrima, the Filipino knife art. So, what we'll be teaching you is primarily kenpo, but with some other very interesting concepts and principles added. Mr. Sullivan will be taking you through your basics from A to Z in a very in-depth manner, and I will be teaching your beginning form and techniques. Everything you've seen up to here is from the first part of our orange belt tape. You see, that's what this tape is all about. We're going to show you a segment from all our videos so that you can see exactly where we're coming from.
But before we begin, I want to give you just a brief overview of our entire concept. You see, we're going to be teaching you by belt level, because that's exactly the way you learn in a school, by belt level. If we were to teach by subject matter, you'd have to buy at least 5 tapes to get started. You got to have the tape on stances, you got to know how to maneuver, and you need at least blocking, punching, and kicking. That would be just to get started. Well, by teaching by belt level, you can get started by buying exactly 1 tape. See, we were very cost conscious when we set this program up. We didn't want for it to cost you any more than it absolutely had to. That's why we set it up the way we did. All right, now the series is 7 tapes. The first tape is for yellow belt, which is a rank exclusively reserved for children at the Karate Connection. They have to qualify with their yellow belt in order to show us that they can go on to the adult material, which is orange, purple, blue, green, brown, and black. Once they've qualified with that, then they can start into the adult material. Now, if this isn't for a child between the ages of 5 and 12, eliminate the kids tape. You don't need it. You're going to start with the adult material, with the orange belt material. All right, let's take the belt levels themselves, each of the tapes. On each tape, you're going to learn the material, and you're going to see how easy it is to learn, because we're going to show you segments from each tape on this tape. You'll see how easy it is to learn from video, if you want to apply yourself. Okay. Now, once you've taken and learned the material on any given tape, starting, of course, with orange, at the end of that tape, and at the end of all the tapes, we show you the entire test, all the things that are required for that belt level, all the things you have to do. We show you how to take the test. We'll explain everything on the orange belt tape, how to set up the camera, the distance, everything. You'll see exactly how to take the test. All right? Once you've taken the test, when you feel confident, you know all the material, and you can do it up to the level that we expect to see it. And you'll see the level we expect to see it, especially on the orange belt tape, because we show it to you twice. We show it to you once with a man, a woman, and a child, each taking a portion of it. And then we show it to you again with Mr. LaRue taking an abbreviated version of it, so that you can see exactly how it's supposed to be done. Now, when you've taken the test, you find somebody with a video recorder, video camcorder, and you'll take the test. You send it to us. Mr. LaRue, our staff, myself, will evaluate the test. Now, while we're evaluating it, we're also making notes on the mistakes that you've made, because even if you pass the test, the chances are you've made some kind of mistakes in there, and they have to be corrected. And that's the beauty of it now, because we have a video correspondence set up directly with you. We take the notes on the mistakes you made, we come back here into the studio, we video a segment for you. It's like a private lesson involving your mistakes and yours only, not a whole class, but just your mistakes. And we show you what you've done wrong and how to correct it. That gets dubbed on the tape, your tape, at the end of your test, and goes back to you. We may even ask you to repeat some of those things so that we can make sure that you actually have corrected them on your next test. And that's the way it goes. The next belt, purple belt, you learn the material, you take the test, send it to us, we'll do the corrections, back and forth it goes. And the beauty of this is that eventually you have a total video chronology of yourself from the orange belt all the way up to the black belt. You can see how you were when you started, how you progressed all the way through, and it's all on video. That's fantastic. I wish to God that had existed when I started out, but the technology just wasn't there. All right, now, cost. The price of the tapes is in your catalog. The fee for testing is in your catalog, along with an expiration date. Now, if you exceed the expiration date, don't worry about it. Just send to us. We'll be happy to send you another catalog, and we may have extended those prices into a new expiration date, or we may have had to change the prices. Who knows? And the last thing is those color-coded sheets that we sent you, one for each belt level. You'll figure them out. I mean, it's right there. And except for the black belt, we didn't want to reverse it because it's too hard to read. What we've done is we've circled the portion on that color-coded sheet that you're going to see on this tape. This way you get a chance to see what it is that you've seen, and you get a chance to see everything else on that tape. At least you get the chance to see the subject matter of everything else that's on all the tapes. We want to show you everything we possibly can, but we've only got just so long to do it. So I'm going to turn you back over to Mr. LaRue, and he'll tell you what you're going to see next.